Friends, today we are going to learn about traditional logic. What is logic? The word logic comes from Latin word logos, means reason. It is a science of correct thinking or reasoning. There are two methods of reasoning, inductive reasoning and deductive reasoning. In inductive reasoning, we move from particular to general, and in deductive reasoning, we move from general to particular. Proposition. A proposition is a group of words grammatically arranged in a proper manner. It is a sentence in which the subject and predicate are combined in order to state something as true or false. All grammatically correct sentences are not proposition, such as exclamatory, interrogative, imperative. The proposition consists of two terms, subject term and predicate term. It affirms or denies the subject. It is capable of truth or falsity. It is either valid or invalid. Therefore, it is called as a proposition. For example, in the proposition, all flowers are red. Red is a predicate term. Flower is a subject term. Are is a copula. Subject term is that about which something is said in the proposition. Predicate term is that which affirms or negates subject term. Copula is that which combines subject and predicate. It is always in a present tense, is not, or are not. Proposition is based on quantity and quality. Quantity refers to the number of members of the subject class that are used in the proposition. If the proposition refers to all members of the subject class, it is universal, all SRP. If the proposition does not belong to all members of the subject class, it is a particular proposition, some SRP. What are the standard forms of proposition? The standard forms of proposition are given by the Greek logician Aristotle. He called it as a categorical proposition, A, E, I, O. All SRP, A proposition, no SRP, E proposition, some SRP, I proposition, some SR not P, O proposition. In category proposition, we know that they are based on quality and quantity and also distribute the term that is subject or predicate. These four types of propositions are AEIO propositions. In this case, the Latin word affirmo means I affirm are affirmative propositions, that is A and I, and nego refers to the negative proposition, means E and O proposition. So a proposition may be universal or particular based on its quantity, and it is affirmative or negative based on its quality. So A proposition is universal and affirmative. All men are mortal. I proposition is particular and affirmative. Some politicians are corrupt. E proposition is universal and negative. No students are lazy. And O proposition are particular and negative. Some flowers are not red. So based on quality, it is described. It either affirms or denies the inclusion of the subject within the class of predicate. The two qualities are the affirmative and negative. So, for instance, all SRP is affirmative proposition because it affirms the subject. O proposition is some S is not P is a negative since it excludes the subject from the predicate. Based on the quantity, quantity refers to the number of members of the subject class that are used in the proposition. So if the proposition refers to all members of the subject class, it is universal, all SRP. And if proposition does not refer to the entire class of member, it is particular proposition. It is called as some SRP. All SRP universal affirmative, no SRP universal negative, some SRP particular affirmative, some SR not P particular negative, that is AEIO proposition. What is the distribution of term? A term is distributed in the categorical proposition if it refers to every member of the class. If the term does not refer to each and every member of the class, it is said to be undistributed in the categorical proposition. So, in A proposition, subject term is distributed and predicate is undistributed. In E proposition, subject is distributed and predicate is distributed. In I proposition, both the terms subject and predicate are undistributed. In O proposition, subject term is undistributed and predicate term is distributed.